boxes.
Yeah.
So if I click on 12, is that the button?
Relax. I'm gonna go over it all with you in a minute.
Okay. I was trying to figure out how to do it, but I didn't.
I'll show you. I was just giving you something to do while I get this ready.
Did you get it?
Yeah. I did.
So it's on there.
All right, guys. Everyone has now just received an email from me. Feel special. And I've sent you an invitation to share my computer screen. It's called join.me. So we're going to open it up.
So do I need to get out of here and go on the join.me?
Yeah, just open the last email you got. It'll be from me. So click. So Lisa, okay, we're going to...
Yeah,
I know it's on.
I'm not used.
Alright, so we're going to click save and close. Great. So now...
Charlie.
As computers don't start slowing.
Charlie.
Hold on. Only one of me.
I just gave my request.
Can't find
Didn't?
my files. And it must have just started. Just when it hit that keyboard message.
What you want to go?
Before I hard
What's your name again?
Dropbox.
Oh boy.
You say on that.
Okay. There you go. Alright, so go up. Scroll up. You want to go down a little bit? Down. One. See that? I'm going to click that for me. No. Down to the bottom. Nope. There you go. Right there. Click it. Yo.
This is all I came up with.
I know. So what you're doing is basically you're connecting your computer screen to mine.
Dropbox is the
Yeah.
Oh, this is his done. It was Mine's a dirt. It's jail.
it's not on.
Oh, you wanted us to check our mail?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right.
The phrase herding cats comes to mind.
Do
Yeah.
I click on join me?
Who? Put you on the list. Interesting.
Okay, what
They're in.
do I do? What I do now?
Alright. Now you just watch, basically. Because you're already joined my meeting.
Why is it blurred?
Good question. Mostly because you have it small.
Yeah,
Alright. Watch.
Oh.
Better?
Charlie.
You want to figure it out?
I don't believe this. Charlie. My weekend, you know what I did? I did my weekend file, right? I saved it to the desktop, and title is My Weekend. And it's not on the disk or something.
That you did it in a Word document, right?
Well, that's the only thing that's on there. That's on the yeah. I
I
saved
got
your desktop.
SG.
It's on the desktop. And they see
You already get the
save it on the desktop. So you can find my drop downs. This guy at the top.
Yeah, can you see everything? You can? You already have a camera. All right, guys. So a couple of us are having technical difficulties, which is fine. Good. All right. So for your edification and enjoyment, I'm going to briefly review how you guys should have sent the attachments. I saw some of you use the Word program to launch it. That's not how we're supposed to do things. Now, anyway. I know that's how Chris taught you, but we're going to step it up a bit. If your join.me isn't working, just look at the screen, which is why we have this.
Is this supposed to be on the screen? This doggy looking thing?
Doggy looking thing? Yes. Alright. So everyone's got this on screen, right? Good. It doesn't matter which is easier for you, the screen in front of you or the board. So say I wanted to send Daryl this. You all know how to send an email pretty well. And that's good. Can anyone here wow me by telling me what BCC stands for? Oh, okay, good. What does that mean exactly?
Means that they'll get sent a copy because nobody else knows it yet.
Sounds about right, yeah. So who do you think should get a blind carbon copy of this?
We should.
What?
We should.
That's too much work. I'm just going to give it to... Okay. Subject. Attach. Alright. So here's the proper way to do it. In every email, there's a little paper clip right next to the send button. Okay, you're going to click it. You find your document. This one doesn't have Dropbox, or else I'd show you. You select your document, hit insert, and that's it. That's the attachment protocol. There's ways to do it from Word, but we're going to try to stay away from them. This is going to be a little bit more important as the lessons go on in intro. So that alternate method of attachment is what you're going to be using from now on. Is there anyone who needs me to review that?
Yes.
Sure.
How'd you come up with blind carbon copy?
It's always in there.
When you send new,
Yeah.
it doesn't show up on mine.
I guess you have to configure it.
And you have to hit on the
It's also not the most important part of this whole thing. The most important part is how you attach documents. You see?
well, I don't know if I'm doing it because I'm supposed to do it.
Yeah.
Charlie's using a newer. If you guys really wanted to do this, hit the blind carbon copy. See right here on the bottom where it says BCC. when you click on either one of these two or the CC buttons to get to your what's that? Address book.
Yeah.
Get to your address book. That's the only way you'll be able to get to the BCC field on these systems. On the newer systems, you'll just be able to click on there because it's already listed, okay? But on the older systems, you have to actually go into the address book to BCC yourself, okay?
Okay. Then you send it, and it's out of your hair. Everyone clear on how to attach things from that Outlook? Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
A folder?
So, he is actually doing actually.
All right. First step is opening a new email in Outlook. Everyone knows how to do that, yeah? So good. Address the email.
Oh, this is where.
Just in case you guys are confused, some of you, Charlie is typing down the instructions on how to send an attachment right, through Outlook, okay?
Well, for somebody that does not use the mouse,
Okay. Are you using JAWS?
I'm using some.
Well, she's using Zoom text and it's explaining it. When she hits tab to go to each field, right, Lisa? It'll explain to you what fields you're in, right?
So hit tab twice, I guess.
Remember how you sent the attachment in AT class and keyboarding?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing it the same.
Okay.
No, because he was saying not to do it through Word, so I was
Right.
trying to figure out how I do it with
Without using the mouse?
Yeah, he was saying that we use the
Go ahead.
Word document to send the email earlier. Not too long ago.
Right. Remember how you just went to file and then you hit send and send to?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing the same way. Okay? But you have to have Outlook open when you do it. Alright? Can I ask him a question about
Yeah.
Alright. Who understands step 4 on this? It says this will open up a new dialog box. Ideally, this will be a screen linked to your document or Dropbox. Who understands that? All right. That means if you go to, right, and if I'm saying this right,
Yeah.
we'll open up a new dialog box. Right. And this is looking for the file, right?
Yeah.
Where are we putting our file at? Dropbox. Very good. And inside Dropbox, what file are we going into to find our document?
Chris has to come in and put all
Intro to
things
computer.
on it. So let's make up.
This is very important when you save. When you do a save as, you have to go into Dropbox first. You have to locate your intro to computer file, and then you save it, your documents, all of your documents for this class into your intro to computers file, okay? You have to follow those instructions when you're doing a save as, because when you go to look for your document, you're not going to find it because it's not going to be where you think it is, okay? And the one biggest mistake we all make, because I do it sometimes also, is when we see my documents, we say, okay, these are my documents. Those are not your documents. Those are the computer's documents. And if you save it there, it's going to stay right there on that computer. You won't be able to find it if you go home. You won't be able to find it if you go to another computer inside the academy, because the only files that follow you in your roaming, roaming profile is in your Dropbox folder. Okay, so your roaming profile means that if you get up from the computer that you're sitting at right now and go into room 1 or 3, 4 or 5, your documents will follow you. If you save this document into my computer, can you go back?
Certainly.
Right. If you save it into that right there, my computer is just going to stay right there on my computer. Okay? Which is, you will be able to change it. You go back and do a save as and move it, not move it, just do a save as and put it into the right file. Okay? But the most important step to saving a document is location. Okay? Location and then name. Always remember, if you do not see Dropbox at the top of this dialog box, can you go back to Dropbox for me?
Certainly. Desktop, you said?
Yeah, try to.
There's no Dropbox on this one.
Oh, that's right. Alright. On yours, you'll see, it'll say My Documents, and then in your file listings, one of those file listings will be Dropbox. You double click on that. As long as Dropbox is in this field right here, it says Look In, has to say Dropbox at the top. Okay? And then once you get into that file, you find the Intro to Computers and you double click on that. And then the Look In box will say Intro to Computers. Once it says Intro to Computers, you name your document, which is always, it starts with the name of the class, which is Intro, I-N-T-R-O. Then the name of your document, whichever assignment you might be doing, and then the day of that date that you're doing that assignment on. That's what it is.
I just think the most important step to save the document is
Location. Yes. Location. Location.
Realtor.
Okay? Because if you can't find it,
you
can't use it.
Save it there, you go back and you don't find it.
Well, that means you can save it in the right spot. If you saved it in the right spot, you'll be able to go back to that spot and find it. And it's important when you want to go to find a document to send to us, because you'll be looking everywhere but in the right place. Yes, Mr. Davis.
I just wanted to say something about if you're doing makeup work, make sure your subject's doing intro, makeup, put the day's date in it that you're working on it.
Right.
But down above your signature line, put the date that it was due, the date that you missed. Say you weren't here on the 15th, you would say, see attached makeup work for 10/15. And the subject line's already going to have today's date in it, like the 21st.
Right.
So this way we know what day you made up.
Okay?
Oh, so you have to go in and take it 21st off and put that day that it's supposed to be.
Well, all right. So like if you talk about if you save it a document, right? For makeup work?
Yeah, for makeup work.
Makeup work for such and such date. Alright, that'll be intro, makeup work for such and such date. And then you'll put today's date that you're doing. So say like if this is the 21st and you came in on the 24th to get today's makeup, it'll say makeup work for 10/21. And then the date of that document would be 10/24. Okay? Questions about that? Okay.
All right.
Now, one more thing. See all these names up here that's underlined? How did we get those underlined?
Spell check.
Nope.
Nope.
Nice try. Looks like it. It
It
looks
has
like
a-
spell check.
You type the person's name in.
Address.
See right here where it says this little, it has a person's picture there and a check. It has check names there. That's check names. If you just put someone's name in and don't hit that box, Outlook is not going to recognize that as a link to an email address. Outlook has to actually recognize all of these names as email addresses. Okay? Once it's underlined, that means Outlook checked inside its own address book to see that your name was listed and to check for your email address. If you don't, what is it?
What's the name of that box again?
Check name.
Check names. See its pictographic representation. You can see there's a person and a little check mark. So name check.
Charlie, in the BCC field, can you put your name in there? Oh, of course it's going to come up. But no, just keep spelling your name. All right, now, let's say because Charlie didn't underline this, hit send. It's going to say this does not recognize Charlie as a sender when he recognized himself as a sender. But it's going to give you that. It's going to give you that. What's that?
Unavailable.
It's gonna give you a dialogue box.
It's going to give you a dialog box with an error message. Does not recognize user. Okay. You have to check out of that. Click check name. Once it's underlined, it'll link up the email address that it is.
Okay, now, one thing I'm a little bit, I just want to ask you know, CCCD, let me see, CCC, that's like, what, coding?
Blind carbon copy.
Okay, that means if I had somebody name in that?
Usually we use blind carbon copy for our own edification. Okay? All right. Let's say if I'm sending Charlie an email and I want to blind carbon copy Chris, I don't want Charlie to know that I sent it to Chris.
Okay.
Okay? Or I send it to Janet because I don't want Charlie to know that I'm telling on him to Janet.
Again?
Blind carbon copy is just you can also use it as records for yourself also. You can blind carbon copy yourself. When you blind carbon copy yourself on an email, you know you sent it because you got a copy of it. The person that you sent it to can't say, well, I didn't get that email. You can go back to your email and say, well, I sent it to you on such and such a date at such and such a time. I know you got it because I got it.
So
Okay.
that means if Janet get a blind carbon copy, that means that Charlie wants to see it or know it.
Charlie won't know if Janet got a copy.
Okay.
Okay? I mean, it sounds sneaky, but it's not. It's really just, it's like CYA, covering your butt. Well, I'm still covering your hands, but
All
you
right.
want to cover your own self when you send in emails.
Okay.
Okay?
And CCP, would that mean you send that everybody a copy?
All right. CC is for, let's say if you want to send it, I'm sending an email to Charlie, but I want to know everybody else, I want to let everybody else in this classroom know that I sent it to Charlie.
So it's only for that person you sent it to.
It's only for that person you sent it to, but you can also carbon copy other people on it. Okay? On
Demonstration of your what sent. if
Oh,
it's
yeah.
recognized.
Definitely. That's not-
So I may have gone a little bit out of order, but for example, the system does not recognize the name or email address gefilte fish, right?
Right.
Even though that's totally a thing.
Say what?
Gefilte fish.
The filter fish. That's snaky fish.
Hey. But so were I to put, forget your name, Sheila, right? Okay. And because say I am terrible, Sheila Wash, and tried to send it. Why did that work?
Oh, because it recognized her as a
Right.
as a user.
Huh, that worked. How about that? Congratulations, you have a completely blank email from me. Treasure it. Oh, Hania, glad to see you.
Did you get my message?
Nope.
All right.
No.
Any questions about carbon copy and blind carbon copy? Any more questions about that? Okay.
One quick question. Okay, now CCC, what that mean? I'm sending multiple,
You're sending other people a copy of the email that you're sending to a specific person.
okay.
Charlie is the instructor for this class today. Michael Davis and Daryl Daniels are the assistant instructors. So you're actually sending all your work to Charlie, but you're carbon copying Michael and myself. You do not put all of our names in the to field because it's not going to us, it's going to Charlie. Me and Michael are getting a copy of it just in case Charlie is inundated or he can't find it. Okay? Got it?
Yeah.
So it'll go to Charlie, but you're CCing Michael Davis and Daryl Daniels. And that's how it's supposed to be in every class that you're in. You always send it to the instructor and you CC the assistant instructor, or if there's a student instructor in there, you want to CC them also. And as an extra added bonus for yourself, you can blind carbon copy yourself.
True.
But the only way you can get to it is if you hit the address book. Sure. Go to 2, right? BCC is right down the bottom here. That's the only way you'll be able to get to it on these systems right here. In classroom 1 and 3 and some of the computers in 4 or 5, you'll be able to get to this in the email, but you have to set it up that way. Okay? The only way you'll be able to get to it on the 2003 system here is to go to the address book and BCC yourself. Okay?
That means we put our name down there.
Put your name down there, and you can send it to yourself as a record that you sent your work to Charlie. Okay?
All right. So we got about, what was it, 8 minutes or so before I decide to let you out on break. We're going to cover the basics of calendar in that time, and we'll do contacts when you get back. So everyone watch your screen or the screen above. Everyone with me?
Yes.
No?
No.
I'll sit next.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Whew, I got a cluttered calendar, man. Alright, but it's not as bad as all that, I promise. Okay, so the calendar is a neat little tool. A general rule of thumb is if you're at the academy, your Outlook should be open. You can get all kinds of useful updates. I'm sure all of you know by now that Outlook is not just email. I mean, if you do, you've been sleeping at the wheel, really.
So that's Charlie's.
So, what Outlook can do for you outside of email is really quite astounding. So, say you're coming in to do some extra work for me, or Miss Louise, or whoever. Even if you're not using the email, keep it open because this thing will remind you when when you need to do something. Like right now, I have all my classes in the Outlook calendar. Thank you. Sorry, I've only had 1 cup of coffee, and unless I've had at least 3, I feel like a zombie. So, let's go through the basics of making a new appointment. Okay, so what's happening here? Waffle draft, great. Alright, so nothing's happening Friday, but I know something's happening Friday, so I'm going to change it a bit. You double click on the date you want. I have mine in the monthly view, it's easier that way, but you can have yours in work week format, which is weird. Yeah, it looks really like a 3-year-old drew it, doesn't it? But again, monthly is usually the way to do it, I think. So, just for an example, you pick the 25th, right? TOT. Everyone here's been to a TOT, right?
What's the TLT?
Taste technology.
Taste the ticket.
Yeah. That should have been the first thing you came to when you first came to the academy.
Let's say it's important. Start time. Alright. So this is all pretty easy stuff. You put in the name of the event, the location, whether it's important or not. And if it's not going to take you all day, you click this little box to the right. That's about 4 tabs in, I guess, for Lisa K. So you click that off. If it's not all day, click it off. Choose the start time. TOTs usually start about 9:30, 10.
9:30.
Yeah. All right. It goes till about, what do you think?
12:30.
12:30.
Starts and then
Yeah, usually. All right. So let's say 1 because I like to be, better safe than sorry. Okay. So what we have here is really, really interesting. Okay. So right now the reminder for this is set up to go off 15 minutes before 9:30 on Friday, which is a pretty short warning window. So let's say I'm forgetful, because I am, a lot. You guys know this. Even if you haven't had a class with me before, you'll figure it out. So let's say I want a warning 1 day in advance. Okay? And the warning only works if Outlook's open. Hence it being very important you keep Outlook open at all times when you're working here. You know? So a day in advance, I'm going to get a little beeping reminder that says, hey, there's a TOT tomorrow. And I'll be like, great. Thank you, machine. Here's where you put any notes you might have. Michael Fiore speaking. Okay? You can put whatever you want.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah, go on.
Now, Charlie said it's always important to keep your Outlook email open whenever you're working at your station, and that is a very, very good point. Okay, what's the first thing we do when we come into the academy?
Log in.
What is the first thing we do when we come into the academy? Sign in. What's the second thing? Check your mailbox. The box is outside. You check your mailbox. What's the third thing you do when you come into the academy?
Check your emails.
Clean your station.
Man, you guys are rusty. I should run you guys through this.
Clean your
Look at that
station. Alright, that's the third step. What's the fourth step? Log in. Now you're logging in. Alright. In the login, and this is part of the fifth step, right? No, fourth step. What pops up on the screen? It's the survey, which is the login screen. This is the login tracking screen that everybody is supposed to do when they sign in, right? What is one of the questions on that login? Did you check your email? Who says no?
If I didn't, I say no.
Well, you
Should
can't
be the
check it
next
until
step.
you log in.
Right.
But you will check it,
Right.
so you can't check no.
What's up?
Because eventually you're going to check it.
Print a
Right?
copy?
So, when you finish
You don't
logging
need to.
in, what is the next thing you need to open up? Your email. Right?
Oh,
Right?
yeah, but it's in your inbox now.
I don't sound too sure about
So
it.
yeah, do that later. I'll show you.
Okay, you sure we don't just go to we don't go to Facebook or we don't go to YouTube and look
Ah,
at
you said
videos
Facebook in my
like that?
class. Oh.
So the next thing we do after we finish that login screen is we open up Outlook and check our emails. It is important that you do that. It is important that you come in every day and get into that system. Because most of us are administrative assistants, or that's what we want to be when we grow up. The first thing you need to do when you get to your station is to open up your email. Why? Because your boss will probably send you some important instructions for that day. That's the way bosses communicate with their employees, through email. And that's why we're trying to get you into the habit of checking in, signing in, and checking in.
Well, a lot of things have bunch of email agents, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay?
Also, sorry, go on. Also, you don't have to just sit there at your desk, staring at your calendar. You can minimize it. Do your other work. Say you want to be in Mavis Beacon, you want to do Nimble Fingers, whatever.
Exactly.
You're doing that. Just minimize it. Think of it more like a. You have an alarm clock, rooster, guard dog, anything like that. Something loud and annoying that warns you you're supposed to do something. Yeah, I mean, you don't keep it outside. You keep it where you can hear it. So even if it's minimized, it'll still go off. 15 minutes, you're like, oh dear, I have a doctor's appointment.
Right.
Thank God Outlook reminded me and I didn't just X out of it when there was nothing immediately appealing in my inbox.
Exactly. And those notifications won't work unless you have Outlook open.
Yeah.
Okay? Who receives text messages on their phone? And even though they're on vibrate, right? Supposed to be on vibrate right now? Yes, maybe nobody. Okay. But they're supposed to be on vibrate. You will still get that message. But your phone has to be on, right? You won't get that message unless it's on. You will not get any emails or any notifications unless you're signed into Outlook and you have it open. You can minimize it on your desktop. You can minimize it on your taskbar and keep it open. It'll send you notifications of emails you just received. It'll send you notifications on anything that you might have in your calendar as reminders. But it has to be open to work. Okay?
Right. Okay, it's 10:46. We've been going for an hour and hour and 15 minutes? That sounds about right. We can do math, I swear. Don't close out. Do not log off. Leave the GoToMeeting open. We're going to finish up the calendar and appointment stuff. When we get back, I'll see you back here at 11 sharpish. What? Yeah, okay. Yep, break. Come back at 11. About 11.